Hold on a second. Oh my goodness. Let's see, can we flip? Rotate my device. Nope. Okay. I guess we're doing it this way. Let's see. Sorry. Love it when a live doesn't go as planned. All right. Hi, Pen. How are you? I just got finished rotating it because I'm like, for some reason, it wasn't going the other way. So off we go. Technology. I love it. So we're going to wait just a second because I was a minute early. Oh my goodness. I love technology. I really, really do. It's just what it is. Oh. So, always something, isn't it? All right, y'all. Well, it is 7:01. Happy Wednesday to you. My name is Johnny Daniel, your Stampin' Up! Independent Demonstrator, located in the great 29 Palms, California, high desert, near Joshua Tree National Park. How are you tonight? Are you good? I got back from on stage. I think I'm through the pile now of unpacking and trying to catch up and do what I'm supposed to do, only for next week for Tara to come home, fly out, come back, do Thanksgiving, you know, all that fun stuff. And actually, we're gonna do a couple of days off. So all that'll be noted, but it'll be good. Actually able to take a day or two to go do something fun. So, all right. So today is the 16th. What does that mean? A couple things. So, first and foremost, that means today is the last day. You know what? Hold on. Hold that thought. I'm going to get the computer set up. I'm like, I just realized. I'm like, I don't have everything going how I'm supposed to. There we go. And that worked. So I might be sideways, but everything else worked great. So, let me do this. I can see the top of the ring light. Oh, well. All right. So today is the last day to let me know that you are coming for the Christmas buffet. What does that mean? That means I'm going to feed you lunch. I'm making chicken tortilla soup. And that also means that we're going to do 6 cards, 3 designs, 2 of each. I will get there. 3 designs, 2 of each. No, 3 designs, 2 of each. You know, some days you just have too much fun, don't you? So if you're joining me, please say hello. All right, so these are the 3 cards, 2 of each, that we will be creating for Saturday. All right, the first one is this lovely one. This one can also double as a photo card, and you're like, how? Well, you could put it inside, but you could take the deer off and have that middle part for a photo. So that's one. Second one here is this lovely pine cone one, and this one can double as a photo card as well. So take the writing off, and there's your photo. So last but not least, and this one was featured on the blog this morning, is the joy card, and this is Dawn. That one piece, I peeled it up to look at something and it never wants to go back down. Anyways, this is the last one, and this is all made, the joy is all made with candy canes from the candy cane die. So that is that. Those are the cards. $35 includes lunch and 6 cards. So not a bad deal. Second, last but not least, right? No, there's 3. Second, club order bonus because it's the 16th, right? So we finished last night. Yep. So the new club order bonus link, I'll read it to you because it's backwards. 4QE. Nah, I messed up. 4QUEJUAS as in Sam. All right, so I figured y'all are busy doing Christmas cards, so wouldn't hurt to have a bonus of some white envelopes, huh? So that's the why. And then I want to share with you the featured product for the shop, stampinwithjohnny.com/shop, or just click on shop. Don't do the drop down menu, just click on shop. So is this too funny? These are $5 a piece. They're printed. They're not stamped, but Rudolph in a snowstorm. I know, right? We gotta have some fun. And then this is the desert version. You ready? Rudolph in a sandstorm. I know, I had to. So here's my question for you. Do I do get well? I've posted this a couple times. Do I do get well, or do I do a Christmas card? Are y'all done with Christmas? Have you even started? Have you checked it out the window? What we doing? So I'm going to give it just a half a second. Honestly, I need get well cards. I have about 200 Christmas cards ready to go for craft fairs, but it's not about me. It's about you and what you want to see. So let me know in the comments. In the meantime, I can cut all of the pieces, like whatever those are. So, oh my goodness. You know, some days. All right. I need to flip around too. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Okay. Let me flip around. Comment and let me know if you want Get Well or if you want the Christmas one. Okay? All right. I'm going to flip you around. We're going to get this tonight. I promise. Maybe. There we go. All right. Will it rotate? No. Okay. So I am going to have to do some creative, and it's okay. All right. Shouldn't take but 2 seconds unless the whole thing goes kaput, which is what it just did on me. Nope. Okay. I'm like, yay. All right. Did I put I think I put the thing on the, no, I don't want to stop streaming. I think, yeah, that's what it was. The bracket, oh my goodness. The bracket was on the button. So, it keeps popping out. Okay, let's do this. Come on, John. You can do this. You know, some days it's what it's going to be, right? All right. Let's adjust. Let's just adjust and it will be fine, right? That side's more messy. Let's do this. All right, so forgive the fact that it's goofy, okay? It's just what it's going to be tonight, and I don't know why. It's just how life is some days. You know how this goes, right? All right, so for tonight, and if you like it better, let me know. But, oh my gosh. All right, so for tonight, we're going to do some cutting. All right, so we've got a thick, basic white piece of cardstock cut in half, 4 1/4 by 11, scored on the 5 1/2 side, scored on the 11-inch side at 5 1/2. My brain needs to slow down. Okay, now I'm going to grab a piece of 8 1/2 by 11. This is Evening Evergreen. And we're going to cut this at 3 3/4. Are you ready? Okay. So we're going to cut it 3 3/4. And then that is a 1/2 inch in from the edge. So if it's a 1/2 inch in and the other one's 11 inches, we got to do 10 1/2, right? So we're going to cut a 1/2 inch off. You'll understand in a minute, I promise. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go down here and we're going to hit 5 1/4. We're going to push the cutting blade up and we're going to score at 5 1/4. So if I've done my job, there we go. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to grab a Post-it. And what you're going to do is you're going to put this down as far as you want your cuts to be. Let me explain. So you cut this to be able to pop it out, okay? So what I'm going to do is I've got this folded in half. We're going to do down to the Post-it, down to the Post-it. Why are we going to do that? Because then my slits will be even, okay? At least in theory, right? That doesn't look quite straight. Let's do this. And let's pull it to the line so I can hopefully have it straighter. There we go. Okay, so this is 3 3/4. So if I go 2 or 1 7/8, I believe it is half. If it's not exactly center, we're fine. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I don't like that at all. So we're going to go, I'm going to go 2 1/4. And I'm going to cut down to where I feel the Post-it. Okay. And then I'm going to flip this around. No, I'm not. Okay. So 2 1/4. So if I go here, there we go. So this is how far from the edge? If I could see the thing, 1 1/2. Okay. So if I go 1 1/2 this way, improvise, overcome, and adapt, right? So you go down to the Post-it and then you pull that off. And in theory, your slit should be even. I went a little past on that one side. So now I got to fix, and it's okay. Okay. So now what you do is you open this up and you take your finger and you pop that side. And what you do is you fold that back. And there is your pop out. Do you see that? So, all right. Okay, so let me move. No, I'm going to cut everything. All right. So when you're doing this, it's not a hard, fast rule on how big this bottom white piece is or the top piece. You really have to measure. So I went a 1/2 inch in total, so it's 1/4 inch. So this is 3 3/4. But what I want to do is kind of open that slit up and go and butt up and go how far. So that's 3 1/4 and that's 4 1/4. I'm writing this down tonight. So we're going to go 3 by 4 because I'm going to take a 1/4 inch off of each side. Okay. So what I'm going to do is put the ruler down before it gets in the way here. And I'm going to go and I'm going to do 4 inches. This is just an 8.5 by 11 that got trimmed down from other projects. And there's my 3. Okay. This should fit perfectly like that. If you want more edge, go for it, but it's what it's going to be for me. And then I've got 3 inches. by 4 inches. Okay. Oh, I shouldn't have thrown that away. Hold on. I'm like, these 2 pieces will be great for my tissue box. All right, so we're gonna leave those there. Then if I cut the front, so the front is gonna be, let's see here. That's a little bit too small, so we gotta go 5 on this side. 5. I'm just cutting all my pieces. You'll understand in a minute. So this is 5 by 3 3/4. Okay. And then this white piece, if I could grab it. So 5 by 3 3/4 means a 1/2 inch in. So another 1/2 inch would be a full inch. So this is 4 1/2. Welcome to my brain. 4 1/2 by 3 1/4. Okay. So now we should be all done with the cutting except for some snip stuff. Okay. Got it? Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to glue this in first. And this is done a little bit differently. So what I do is I grab my piece. This is what's going to be inside facing up. So I want to flip over. And I'm going to put 2 on the very edge. Could be top or bottom, doesn't matter. And what you're going to do is you're going to set this down in here, centered on the same score line. Okay. And for me, what I want to do is I want to close this and then rub. Why do I close? Because then I know it shuts correctly instead of getting pulled. That's the why. Okay. So now I'm going to close this other side. And instead of bringing this over, because I don't want it to get pulled too much. Yeah, you are seeing it in portrait, hun. It wouldn't rotate tonight. I don't know what's wrong. So we're just going to do it how we do it. So that is my piece for my card. Okay. All right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue my mat on the front. Yeah, my fault. Hi, Lise. How are you? Yes, I'm in portrait mode. I do not know what happened. It got stuck. And it's just what it is. I think when I set up the scheduling, I had it in that mode. And so therefore, that's what it is. So I'm sorry. I will learn. So, all right. So there's, and my mat was 5 by 3 3/4. Okay. So now here are all my pieces. This piece is going to go up there. I'm not decorating this piece. You can if you want. You can put a gift card here, gift card pocket. There's all kinds of things you can do. However, I'm not doing them. So there you go, huh? All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the front cover. So I'm going to grab my flowers. I need my tissue box, you know, and a couple of things, okay? But first and foremost, I'm like, oh, where's my blocks? Literally on my elbow. Oh my goodness. Okay. So we're going to grab here. This is my front one, okay? And I'm doing monochromatic. If you want to do it differently, go for it, but everything's different tonight. We're doing portrait, you know, all kinds of fun stuff, right? So we're going to clean this real quick. Some days things just work differently. That's all there is to it, huh? So now we're going to put this back. There we go. Okay. And sending well wishes. Because we want people to get better, right? At least I think so. So there's my, oh, I got a little bit of halo. That's not good. We'll clean that really good. It'll be fine. So there's that. Not sure what happened, but it is what it is, and it is okay. So I'm just getting the rest of my blocks situated. Okay, so this one, I'm going to grab my blender pen. I'm not adding any ink at all, and I'm just going to pull the ink off of my edges, and I'm just going to fill in real quick, just so it doesn't look empty, but I wanted it to kind of have a monochromatic kind of look to it. For one, I don't know, I've just been doing monochromatic lately. I'm not sure why. But for two, I really, when I color that heart, I really want it to stand out. So I was not wanting the flowers to be loud, bright, however you say that. So that's my why. Okay. So yes, I went to Onstage. Yet I actually connected up with some friends, some fellow demonstrators that are friends of mine that I haven't seen in like 7 years. So it was kind of funny because her hair is short now. Hers was long, Michelle. My hair is long now. Mine was short. She started coloring her hair to be salt and pepper grays with brown, and I let mine go and I'm completely gray. So it was just funny how in 7 years we have both completely flipped. I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just funny. So then I have Sweet Sorbet. You don't want to open it over your project. These are alcohol markers, and once in a blue moon, you'll get a little spritz of alcohol out. So you want to make sure not to open them over your project. I've never had ink spritz out. I have had alcohol, which the droplets will stain. So that's Sweet Sorbet. So that makes that pop, right? Love it. So where's my stamp and seal? Oh yeah, it was supposed to be put away, which is why I couldn't find it, right? All right, so there's my front. Now we're gonna start working on these panels down below and everything else we need. Okay, so I'm going to wish you a speedy recovery. Okay. If your ink starts to look light, like mine is starting to, I've been doing a lot of stuff with Evening Evergreen, you might need to re-ink, okay? So, and evidently Joel's gonna tune right now, so we might be getting a concert as well as everything else. It was funny. Serena was telling me on the video for one of the last classes, I think it was July's class actually, she was like, "Hey John," and I said, "Yeah, what's up?" And she says, "Do you know?" And I said, "Uh-oh, what? Do you know that one of your videos has Joel practicing in the background?" And I'm like, "No." She pulls up the video. Honest to goodness, I didn't even hear it. And she was like, "You don't even hear that, do you?" And I said, "No, not anymore." And she says, "Oh, that's funny." I said, "Yeah, I kind of just, it's become such my norm, I don't hear it anymore." So it's kind of just one of those things, you know? So, yeah. Do you guys have anything in your house that you don't really hear anymore? So, I've gotten used to no dogs barking, but yeah, I definitely don't hear piping very much. So, all right. So now I'm going to close this up because we're about done with this. And I'm going to grab my snips. We're going to leave a tiny bit of white space. And I'm just going to cut out my accent piece. Cut out my accent piece. All right. Okay. So we're gonna cut this out super quick. Okay, so there's my piece. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come back here and I'm gonna grab my glue dots. You can also use tear and tape, you can use Stampin' Seal, but honestly, I didn't like having to try to put that there. So I'm going to put it below the score line. And I'm just gonna do 2 glue dots and it should be fine. In theory, huh? So I'm gonna close this up, and how do I do it? I put it all the way down at the bottom, I don't glue it yet, and then I put it just a touch above, because you don't want it to hit on the bottom, okay? And then should fold and do just perfectly, right? So that's not the end of it though, because we got to have some like real life tissue coming out of that box, right? So I am just gonna cut some. Make sure your scissors are sharp when you do this. And then I guess I should ask, does anybody want to practice sing bagpiper? So I'm just gonna separate out the layers. Why? Because I don't want them to separate on me later. So I'm gonna pull this apart and oh, he's hitting some bad notes. Really, does anybody want a piper? So, all right, so now we're just going to put some glue dots across where the tissue is. Ooh, I have one on my thumb. Let's see if we can get this off. Yep, okay. I must have stuck my thumb in it. Okay, and I generally try to shape it a tiny bit. Why? Because I don't do it over my glue dots. And then I kind of crumple it a little bit. And then I just put this here. If you want it, you can glue it behind. You can do all kinds of stuff, but that is what I have. So, okay. And then I'm going to scrunch it up and kind of gather it down. And then this is going to go here. And then if that doesn't look full enough, that time it does. I'm going to put one more right there. You just do it until it looks right. I don't know how to explain that. Oh, is he done practicing? I can't imagine so. It's usually hours. Yep. I didn't like how that cut. Alrighty, so now we're going to gather this one and we're going to throw this one down here. Okay, and if you don't like how it glues, add more. It's just that simple. But there you go. There's my tissue on my card. And that is what I have for you guys tonight. So what do you think? And that little pop-up, do you see it? That little pop-up. So grab a piece of Post-it, put it on your mat after you fold it in half, and then just run it till it hits that, the paper trimmer till it hits that, and you'll be fine. So thanks for joining me tonight. I hope you learned something. Go create. Follow me, stampingwithjohnny.com, and I'll have the full tutorial up for you tomorrow at 9:30. Thanks again. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.